Regent Street is London's ultra-luxury shopping boulevard. More than 1 million people stroll by its shop windows every week. But right now, there's something extraordinary to be seen there. These are not window displays, they're sculptures, designed by architects. The Regent Street Windows project is trying to bring architecture and consumerism together. It's attracted creative people from all over Europe. Like Tempest Larikia from Switzerland, who works for Puma.
I think they've certainly come up with something much more sculptural. An ordinary designer comes up with something that's probably eye-catching in a different way, much more about heroing product. Certainly what I see from all of these, and especially this one here, is it's much more about the sculpture and much more about the overall form.
A couple of meters further on is the atrium of the fashion label Esprit. These three women are fascinated by the wooden waves. The women work for a Swedish fashion designer and are hoping to get some inspiration.
I like that you're walking into it and you have you can see it on above you and you like have it,
stepping into it.
All the different textures like sand and wood and you get this summer feeling.
That summer feeling is exactly what Deborah Nagin wanted to evoke with her installation. More than 80 architects applied for the shop window project. Only 6 were chosen. Deborah Nagin was awarded the contract for the Esprit atrium. It soon became clear that she wanted to tell a story.
The origin of the Esprit store came in the late 60s when the founders were travelling in California and hanging out on the beach, and they wanted a lifestyle store that was really relaxed as the life they were living. And so we thought that if we could recreate the beach in the shop, it would give people the sense of being at the seaside and being in California and tell the background story to Esprit.
It was an appealing challenge for the London architect who usually works on quite different projects.
We went for scale. We knew that within the space they offered us, we could make something that went from the ground floor of the shop right the way up to the ceiling and onto the first floor.
The idea wasn't easy to implement. It's closing time before the start of the project. The installation has to be done before the shop opens for business the next day. The whole thing will have to be put in place in one night. That's not usually in the job description for architects.
It's not what we normally do. And we couldn't really practice it either. So what we're doing now is experimental, but it will work. It will work.
As Regent Street shuts down for the night, things are frantic behind the shop windows being used for the projects. Antonia Faust is a member of the famous Royal Institute of British Architects. She's come up with a fresh idea.
Normally with retail design you might have a kind of traditional mannequin with a backdrop, and what they're doing here is creating a new space, a new kind of reinvention of the space that already exists. It's allowing the brands to kind of refresh themselves and be seen in a new light. It also kind of invigorates their own design teams and allows them to kind of approach a project in a totally new way as well.
Meanwhile, back at Esprit, it's 2 a.m. and there's a problem. Deborah's calculations were too tight. The biggest wave doesn't fit in the room. Her team manages to find a solution, but not everyone might think it looks like a beach.
It's okay, and I'm not tired. But I wish we'd been able to do it faster, but it's not possible to do this fast.
Work will go on for the next few hours at least. It's now 10 a.m. and time to open for business. The finishing touches are put to the beach. Deborah Nagin can't wait to find out what people think of her installation.
It's been actually very successful so far. We've got people coming in, people that wouldn't usually come in and just, have a look. It does bring something else to the high street. It brings a little bit of culture to the high street rather than just shopping.
Culture and commerce, a winning combination.